factor for the agencies. Back to you, Vaishali.
All right, thanks for those details. And now, well, moving on. South Africa have demolished India's proud home fortress in Test cricket, completing a historic 2-0 series sweep. The Proteas are first in India since 2001. After crushing the men in blue within 3 days in Kolkata, the visitors sealed the deal with a thumping victory in Guwahati in 5 days. The margin in the second test exceeded 400 runs, making South Africa the first team ever to beat India by such a mammoth distance on home soil, eclipsing Australia's previous record. A stunned Team India sees its unbeatable home aura torn apart as the Proteas celebrate one of their greatest triumphs in the longest format. I have Sunil Yashkarla, who's a cricket scholar, joining me on the broadcast. Sunil, your opening comments.
Well, absolutely. It's a sad day in Indian Test history. Just imagine at a time when McGrath and Shane Warne were there, Ponting could never win a Test match. Smith could never win a Test series in India, and now this has happened. For good or worse, I think it's an all-time low. We're talking about it, and I'm reading the comments of the coach right now. He's saying start prioritizing Test cricket. We were there, we were not there. We are in a transitionary mode. If it was transition, then why is KL Rahul a part of it? We've always maintained the guy with 35 average. Everybody's questioned him. Now today, even Ricky Ponting has questioned the entire part. If that is there, then why create such a big issue out of it and not deliver? I think the blame is only for Gautam Gambhir. He was responsible for the exit of senior players, and now you suddenly found that you don't have the talent to actually handle a big country like South Africa, who's just won the WTC. Yes.
You know, I also have Taos Rizvi, senior sports journalist, joining me on the broadcast. Now, Taos, this is the second time in a space of nearly 13 months that India ended up whitewashed at home, and they've severely dented their chances of qualifying for the World Test Cup. What do you have to say?
It's one of the most disappointing days in Indian cricket. I mean, as Sunil Bhai was saying, Steve O used to call it final frontier. I mean, Indian Express had written that this used to be a dream, you know, for foreign countries to conquer India. But it has become so easy. I mean, recently New Zealand, a year back, it was New Zealand who had won the Test series over here 3-0. That was also whitewashed. And now South Africa, and with a huge margin. So it's very shameful, unfortunate. And I mean, a lot of Indian fans are very, very disappointed. Former cricketers are going after the Indian cricket team because you're playing cricketers, Test cricketers, on the basis of IPL performances. You talk about Dhruv Jurel, you talk about NKR, Nitish Kumar Reddy, you talk about Sai Sudarshan. All these players haven't delivered so far in first class cricket, Ranji Trophy cricket. They have been excellent in IPL, but then you pick them over intent in the IPL over first class performances, patience or Test class. I mean, this was obviously, it was coming. Yeah, we did well in England. We put up a fight. But again, you also take that angle. We are not well equipped, or rather we are not ready to play on Indian conditions. We played much better in England, where we managed to get a draw against a good team without Jamie Anderson, of course. But then we still fought it out. Although, again, that was the beginning of transition period, because we had lost Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli due to retirement. We did well against England, but what happened in India? Because we don't know the wickets. Again, one of the Ajinkya Rahane, the Test cricketer right now, the discarded Test cricketer would be the right thing to say. He said, we play on wickets which are turners, rank turners, wishes with a lot of venom. But then we don't get similar in international cricket, but we don't get similar kind of wickets in domestic or Ranji Trophy or Duleep Trophy. Again, how will you be able to deliver, put up a strong fight if you don't play regularly on these kind of wickets? I mean, it's not, I salute South Africa for the way they delivered these performances. The first Test match was a close one. The second Test match, they used the advantage of first 2 days, put up a strong total. Unfortunately, our Indian batters couldn't live up in the first innings, and then you saw the result. What's there? 2-0. Shameful. Extremely disappointing.
Sunil, I'm coming to you now. Sai Sudarshan, Dhruv Jurel and Nitish Reddy, of course, which is a new brigade in Test cricket, simply didn't have enough preparation to read a spinner from his hands. What do you have to say?
Well, what do I have to say? This is all about coach who, the other day, Dale Steyn actually balked him. He says, this is the same think tank which wants Surya Kumar Yadav, the T20 specialist, to be a part of the Test team. I think this is just going to be musical chair. I think this business of Harshit Rana into the squad, Sai Sudarshan, Jurel, they're creating problems just for the heck of it. Just realize, let me put facts, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. Rishabh Pant actually replaced Gautam Gambhir in the Delhi Ranji Trophy as the skipper 5-6 years ago. Why? Because the think tank thought that he was the right person to replace Gambhir. So maybe Gambhir is nursing this problem to him, and that's why it's causing a lot of problem to the team. He didn't want Virat Kohli, he didn't want Rohit Sharma, he didn't want Ravichandran Ashwin. Of course, you want transition, but why not keep the transition ready for Jadeja and KL Rahul? Just imagine when they won the England trophy or the England leveled the England series, your highest ranked wicket taker was Ravindra Jadeja. Your batsman, the most successful batsman, was also Ravindra Jadeja. So what he is talking about, transition, is beyond the comprehension of normal cricketing wisdom.Maybe he's creating a new thought process like the baseball, which is all good. But you must realize this win or loss, this win is in spite, I mean the wins are in spite of Gambhir, and losses are because of Gambhir. I mean, let's put it this thing. You have a batter batting one at the top on the third position, and you have the same batter now batting on the 8th position. What is this going in the same test match? What is happening? Who's questioning? The BCCI at one stage, I remember, used to be so strong. I'll give you a small instance. 1999, Rahul Dravid couldn't make the cut to the World Cup team. The selector at that point of time argued that he should be a part of the team. And guess what? Rahul Dravid became the most successful Indian batter on that tour. I think somewhere the back of the Indian selectors is not there. Certainly Ajit Agarkar is a yes fan. He doesn't have the ilk to say yes, right, no. He only says yes. Why Sarfraz, who's got the same average as KL Rahul, 36 or 37 after 6 tests, is still playing Ranjis and scoring 200 odd runs, and KL Rahul is becoming the skipper of whatever Indian side. I think it's a sad testimony.
Yes, go on. Sunil, were you saying something?
No, I just thought that if you look at the pattern is wrong. The approach is not the problem. The pattern is that criticize the older players, criticize the older coach, and suddenly these coaches have won more matches than the shame and the distraught that Gautam Gambhir has brought in the last 14 months. Just imagine, before the New Zealand series 13 months ago, Saqlain Mushtaq, the former off spinner of Pakistan and the coach spin consultant for New Zealand, said that India is completely rattled after the exit of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. I think the exit was planned, but the transition wasn't planned better. These guys are certainly different from boys to men. I mean, what you're seeing on the Indian Test series is boys as compared to what they were 16 months ago as men. Toss.
All right, Taos, I'd like to come to you now with my final question. Now, let's talk about Marco Jansen, who's of course played the perfect all-rounder in this test match, and he's took a one-handed stunner to skittle India for 140 in 63.5 overs. How do you see that?
Well, Marco Jansen, fantastic all-rounder. The way he batted initially, then the 6 wickets that he took in the first innings. I mean, he is definitely a special talent, and one of the reasons, of course, you cannot discount Simon Harmer, who was as dangerous as Marco Jansen. The way Simon Harmer bowled, I wasn't expecting much from him before the Test series, but then the way he bowled, he was as dangerous as R. Ashwin, who had better variation, who had more experience in playing in Indian conditions. But this guy was could be a first time or maybe his second inexperience playing on these conditions. How effective is our Indian conditions? I mean, our spinners like Washington Sundar, Kuldeep Yadav, or Ravindra Jadeja, the most experienced, were found wanting. While this guy, who must be on his second tour to India, was so dangerous. Like it reminded me of Nathan Lyon, Steve Coleman, Australia's Moeen Ali, who was as effective. It's not that he was dangerous, but it's the problem with the Indian batters. I mean, we were talking about the vision, Sunil Bhai. There is no vision. I mean, there is no vision. You have to have likes of replacement. When you don't have a Virat Kohli, you need to have a proper batsman like a Virat Kohli at number 4. When you don't have a Pujara, you need to have a strong number 3 batter. Where is it where you're putting a Washington Sundar, playing with musical chairs with the batting order? You're experimenting with Washington Sundar, or maybe a Dhruv Jurel, sending him in the middle order in the second innings. Before that, he's batting in the lower middle order. There is a hell lot of confusion. I mean, this is not the time to experiment. Unfortunately, international cricket is not the place to experiment. It is India A, it is the Ranji trophies, it is the Dulip trophies. International cricket, because of the WTCs and the World Championship and the ICC tournaments that are happening every year, and the pressure for India to win, because of the expectations, the high expectations, the money that is involved, the sponsorship, the everything. You can't experiment in international cricket, and that is period. You have to be prepared, not just as a team, not just as players, but as team in your domestic cricket, in India A series, not international cricket. Okay, we are looking at WTC, but we are not prepared. What the hell? This can't be done. We are not prepared for international cricket, especially the test team. Yeah, we might have done wonders in white ball cricket.
Sunil and Taos, I want to thank both of you for joining me on the broadcast. And now shifting focus. Now the Supreme Court will hear a crucial case related to the controversial SSR on special summary revision process in West Bengal on December 9. The bench has also sought a response from the West Bengal Chief Electoral Officer's office by December 1 in connection with the death of a booth-level officer.